Yo, yo, yo. Yo, we live. What's going on, peeps? It's your boy Bernard Nixon, aka BMAC. I'm here to drop another Packers video. Long time no see. Apologize for that. I've been busy with work and stuff, and just just got my newborn baby nephew, you know what I mean? So I've been hanging out with him and helping out with, with him and stuff. So, but I'm back. Um, we're gonna do an interesting video today. As you see the title, should the Green Bay Packers move on from Aaron Rodgers? I'm gonna cut down to the chase on this. This is a pretty interesting topic. I mean, I know everybody's talking about it, and it's going to be the story of the offseason until Rodgers makes his choice of whether he's going to come back, retire, or get traded. But I want to talk about this, and I'm going to give you three perspectives on this. I'm going to give you from the Packers side, as myself as a fan side, and from Rodgers' side. Now, we all know that, the Packers. I'm going to bring on. I'm going to bring up on the Packers' perspective on this whole thing first, and then I get down to the next two. So we all know that the Packers, a disappointing season last season. We went 8-9, missed the playoffs. A lot of things happened to why we had a bad season. We lost Devontae, added a bunch of rookie wide receivers. We had a lot of injuries. The defense was up and down. Rodgers wasn't playing his best football too. Plus, he was playing with injuries. He had the broken thumb. He had the cracked ribs, and I think he had a knee injury too. If I'm mistaken. So that's three injuries that he was playing through, and bad, lack of execution, bad coaching, to bad everything. There was a lot of factors on why the Packers had a terrible season. So here we are in the off season, and the story of the off season, what Aaron Rodgers would do, will he come back, he retire, will the Packers trade him? From the Packers' perspective, I think there's some things that you have to take account here. The Packers are trying to worry about and trying to look towards the future. And, what's the future? The future is, a young, new, goodless team with a young quarterback, a confident a competent quarterback. And I think if the Packers had a choice to move on for Rodgers or not, I think if you're looking for if you're looking towards the future and what the future, and they are looking like what's the best interest of this team in the future, then I think they should trade him. You know what I mean? From a business perspective, like I think that the cap, I don't know what our cap situation is. I know we don't have too much cap space. I think Rodgers' contract is has taken up the most cap space. I think he's I think he's due to make $60 million next year if he plays for the Packers, but which I think he's gonna come back. Like there's no way he's turning down that kind of money. Like if he retires and leaves $60 million on the table, personally, I'd be shocked. If it's me, no, I'm playing. I'm playing for that. You know what I mean? But I think for the Packers' perspective, I think you should move on from Rodgers if you are trying to build for this team in the future for the next 5-10 years. You know what I mean? Of course, we got Jordan Love sitting on the bench. Personally, I don't know what Jordan Love is going to be. I don't know if he's going to be the next Hall of Fame savior or he's going to be the next bust. You know what I mean? We haven't seen that much of him. I know he played a little snippets of last season. Looked really good against the Eagles, but again, small sample size. You know what I mean? We can't really go off too much of that. Look good. I'm not gonna say he looked great, but look good. You know what I mean? Seemed like he was running the offense and the command of the offense. But yeah, this is a tough situation. But if you want to go young, build young, and want to want this team to compete down the line towards the future, then I think it's smart to move on from Rodgers and give the keys to Jordan Love. I do think they're going to pick up his fifth-year option. And look, you drafted this guy for a reason. Let's see what he can do for a full season. I don't think it's fair to be judging him for a couple of snaps. I know he hasn't looked great when he in the games he played, but again, it seemed like last season he has improved. For to for the it seems like last season when we saw him, he has improved for what he looked like the year before. I know in the Chiefs game he didn't look great. The Lions game, last game of the season, he didn't look great, but I think he has improved. But we'll see. I'm kind of interested to see what Joe Love can be as our next quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I think we should give him. I think we should at least see what he can do a full 17 game season and have a big sample size that way. You know what I mean? But if I'm the organization, again, you always want to look towards the future. And look, I'm pretty sure the organization had no problem of bringing Rodgers back if they want to win and keep the Super Bowl window open. But if you're the organization, are you willing to bet on a guy that's 39 years old on a year-to-year basis and trying to pry this Super Bowl window open as much as you can, like a 1 or 2 year Super Bowl window, just to hope and pray that we can get over the hump? Or do you want to go and rip the Band-Aid off, start fresh, just like they did when they traded Favre and they started Rodgers, and build your offense around this young QB, this young quarterback, and and kind of like the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Like, you saw Hurts first year, they were a playoff team, got bounced out in the first round, but then they build pieces around Hurts, they build a team around Hurts, and they went to the Super Bowl and should have won it, in my opinion. But that's what I mean. So I think if you're organization, I think it's smart to look towards the future and to look towards the and to look towards the to look towards the future and look and and look out for the long terms of this team and go younger and start to rebuild that way and build off the team that way. Now, as for Aaron Rodgers' side point of view, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, what I would do, I would probably like, you want to see what gives you the best opportunity to win a Super Bowl. Now, personally, if I was him, I will prefer to stay in Green Bay because the NFC got weaker. Brady's retired. You had pretty good chemistry against Dobbs and Watson with this young core. Maybe you can build off a second year with them and all that stuff, and maybe a second year with them might boost up this team and boost up the offense. The division is still up for grabs. The Lions might be on the come up, but they still got question marks. The Vikings, can they get lucky like they did last year? I don't know. And then you got the Bears. Like, let's face it, it's Chicago. They suck. They trash. So, but but if I'm Rodgers, and if I'm looking at which place gives me the best chance to win a Super Bowl, realistically, it's Green Bay. Like, it's Green Bay. Now, if he decides he wants to go somewhere like Brady did or Peyton Manning did to win a Super Bowl, and with another franchise, then maybe the most team that would make sense for him is the New York Jets. I know they got some young talent over there. Daniel Hackett, his former OC, won 2 MVPs with him. I think that'd be a great, Ryu Nation 42. Rob Sala, you know what I mean? I mean, the Jets got a good squad deal. Maybe I can go a deal and take, maybe that team would give him the best chance to win a Super Bowl. I know there's other teams like the Raiders that speculation that the Raiders might get him will make sense for the Devontae Adams. We unite with Devontae, maybe when it's trying to win a Super Bowl with him. Do with him there what you couldn't do with him here, and it's that one and that one a Super Bowl. So maybe, but I don't know. They still got some question marks. I don't know if the Raiders have the money. I don't know what the cap situation is. And plus, it's him and Josh McDaniels are going to be a fit. A lot of people are talking about that those two might not fit together. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would go and again the whole retirement thing. I mean, I don't get the sense that he's retiring. I mean, watching him on the Pat McAfee show, he didn't seem like a guy that was gonna retire. He sounded like a guy that still has something left in the tank that can still play at a really high level. Which and the guy said that he thinks he can win MVP again. You know what I mean? So that sounds like the guy that hasn't lost his competitive touch. You know what I mean? And if he were to retire, and I don't think he's going to retire at the same year as Tom Brady. You know what I mean? And go to the same Hall of Fame class with him. So does he really care about that? I don't know. But yeah, man. But if I'm Rodgers, man, and what gives me for winning and football wise, the best chance to give me, the best chance, what gives me a best chance to win. Again, I think Green Bay is the best spot realistically that gives him a chance to win. You know what I mean? Like if you look at this Packers team, the talent is not that far off. Again, second year with Watson and Dobbs. I think maybe we can get like a tight end. You know what I mean? I would love to get a tight end in the draft. But I know there's some good tight ends in the draft you could probably pick up. You got Jones back, Dylan. You still got your two running backs there. Seems like maybe him and Matt LaFleur can cook something up on offense and see they can get what wasn't clicking last year can get clicking this year. So if I'm him, I will realistically, I think Green Bay gives him the best chance to win. And if I'm him, I would stay in Green Bay, run it back for one more year and give it one more shot. But that's on his perspective. Now, for me as a fan perspective, I can care either way. Either way, like I know there's some Packer fans that have their opinions that they want him gone. They think it's time to move on. Some Packer fans want him back. To me, I'm both ways. Like if he comes back, I'd be happy with it. If he doesn't come back and we move on, I'd be happy with that too. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Packer fan. At the end of the day, I'm always going to root for the quarterback who wears the green and gold and the G on a helmet. And I'm still going to root for this team to succeed, whoever is the quarterback. But as a fan perspective, I'm cool with it, both sides. But whatever happens, I can understand it. Personally, if I put a gun to my head and think what realistically will happen, I would say he comes back for one more year and try to give it a one more go and be truly the last dance. So that's what I'm guessing my realistic guess would be. But as far as my opinion on him want to come back or want to move on, like I said, I'm cool with both sides. You know what I mean? If he move on, I'm cool with it. If he's back, I'm cool with that too. But, personally, I would love to have him back. You know what I mean? Because he's my favorite Packer player. One of my favorite players to root for on the Packers. And look, man, whatever you want to say about Rodgers and his personality and his off the field antics, the dude is still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. he's still, to me, the greatest Green Bay Packer quarterback in Packer history. You know, um, he's part of the reason why I start getting into football and start getting into the Green Bay Packers. And look, I would love to have him back with his team in, try to give it one more shot at it in the weak NFC. And hopefully we can make one more go with him. And I whether he stays or whether he leaves, I will for always be grateful what he's done for this franchise. Even though we have a ton of disappointing heartbreaks, but most of those wasn't his fault. There's been times that he put the team in position to win those games, and he got let down by the defense, special teams, or coaching. So yes, there's games that he could have played better, but no, he's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. This is football. It takes 53 players to win a Super Bowl, not just one player. So that's my whole take on this whole thing. You know what I mean? I would love to have him back for one more year. If not, it's on to Jordan Love, man. Jordan Love season, and let's see what Jordan Love got. You see what the kid can bring, and I would be excited for that too as well. And if Jordan Love shits the bed for some reason, and he's not the guy, we can always draft another quarterback. I don't know what kind of quarterback draft class it's going to be for the next few years, but hopefully it won't come to that, because hopefully Jordan Love is the guy and he can prove me and everybody else that he is the next guy that can take over the franchise. But yeah, man, that's my opinion on this whole thing, and that's all I got for this video. If you hit like, comment, subscribe. I want to shout out to the whole Pack Attack gang, AJ, Big Nate, Packerfin in Vegas, KH, High Point of View, TR, Key 360. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all, man. Hope y'all are doing great, this lovely off season. Hopefully we can put some more content out there for the real true diehard Packer fans. And yeah, man, that's all I gotta say for this. Again, like this, hit like, subscribe, and that's it. Go Pack Go, and peace out.